Okay, Malaysia had the 11th best passport in the world as far as travel freedom goes, at 181 countries and territories that you could travel to, either visa-free or visa-free on arrival. The problem with the passport is you will not be able to get the passport in 99% of the time. Okay, it's very difficult to get this passport. It does have good visa-free travel, but there are some issues that you have to deal with. Number one is, if you can ever get the passport, you'd have to learn the Malay language. It is the 11th best passport in the world, which makes it really nice. But I always tell people, when you get a residency program, if you're going to go get this residency, and there are two choices with this new program, what you're going to have to decide is, do you want to forfeit the right to get this passport after being there for many, many years? Now, this is a good program because you can actually you can make money outside the country totally income tax free. And Malaysia does have a fairly high income tax for business inside, but most people that go there have a territorial tax business where they're not taxed, so any of the money is made outside the country. There are cases where you are taxed on income outside of territorial tax systems. I'm actually going to do a video on that. In some cases, you're actually taxed more than your actual income. And but I'll show you how to get around that and how to mitigate that. I'll be doing some other videos on that. So anyway, I'm going to go over the differences in these two programs, and then you can kind of more or less look at which one you like if you end up wanting to go there. Remember that if you go to Malaysia, you're looking at going to the other end of the earth. It's it's just above Singapore, just across the bridge. So it's a long haul. If you got furniture and stuff, family heirlooms and stuff like this, you're going to have to find a place to store them. It wouldn't be worth it to take them. If you do take them, it's going to cost you a bunch in shipping cost. But I'll give you, there's some options you can do, which if you're looking for a residency program to get around something like that, and I'll explain that in the end. All right, so let me go over this with you and how this works. There was a real good article in my newsletter on this, and I wanted to hit on some points on it, how it works. And we actually do this program if you want it. We've had quite a few cases that we've done for people, but you need to take those things in mind that I've just gone over with you. Now, as Malaysia's federal My Second Home program withered under stricter rules, the Sarawak's My Second Home saw an increase in 2,800% in approvals. Now, the reason is the federal program went up so blooming much. It just went up through the roof. And they had more restrictions they put in it, and just a lot of people just didn't want to go in the program. But now, while the federal version of Malaysia's My Second Home program has seen a 90% reduction in applications since the introduction of sharply tightened financial and presence requirements in 2021, Sarawak's state version of the program is thriving. Now, since joining the Federation of Malay to form Malaysia in 1963, the Malaysian states of Sarawak and Sabah, both on the island of Borneo, have retained a degree of autonomy over immigration policy, which from time to time they see fit to exercise. Now, what you do is you've got the island of Borneo on the right side, and then you've got the federal part, what we call the Federal My Second Home program, which is in the country of Malaysia. They're both part of Malaysia, but then you've got the South China Sea that actually separates between the two of them. But, while this federal program of Malaysia's My Second Home program has seen a 90% reduction in applications since the introduction of the sharply tightened financial and presence requirements in late 2021, Sarawak's state version of the program is thriving. Now, since joining the Federation of Malaya to form Malaysia in 1963, the Malaysian states of Sarawak and Sabah, both on the island of Borneo, have retained a degree of autonomy over immigration policy, which from time to time they see fit to exercise. Now, when Malaysia's national government in the years between 2019 and 2021 first suspended, and then they later introduced the My Second Home program, it widely criticized far higher minimum investment requirements. Sarawak decided not to follow suit. Instead, it relaunched its own version of the program at terms resembling those of the original nationwide program. Now, the federal program, this is the differences in the actual programs. The federal My Second Home program has a minimum bank deposit of $215,000 US. The Sarawak's My Second Home program, the minimum bank deposit is $32,000. The My Second Home federal program has a minimum physical presence of 90 days a year, and the Sarawak's program is only 30 days a year. And then the federal program, there's a minimum annual income you're going to have to show of $103,000 on the federal program. On the Sarawak's program, it's only $18,000 US. Now, there's far more flexible and affordable than Puchajera's version. The Sarawak My Second Home is enjoying something really a renaissance, because according to the statistics shared by Sarawak's Ministry of Tourism with Free Malaysia today, the Sarawak's My Second Home issued 1,655 approvals between 2007 and 2020, or an average of 89 approvals a year. Now, in 2021, this number dwindled to just 27, but in 2022, the first full year of the new stricter national program, approval volume soared to 411. Now, the popularity of the Sarawak's program is still gaining momentum. By the end of July of this year, Sarawak's authorities had already approved 406 applications, indicate this year's total could reach as much as 700. Now, in other words, the Sarawak's My Second Home program's average monthly approval volume has risen 2,800% in the space of just 2 years. And Sarawak's tourism minister, Abdul Hamza, who says he chalks the program's huge rise up to the now sharp difference in terms compared to the federal program, says his administration is comfortable with their own current criteria, which still continue to attract applicants. Now, while the Sarawak My Second Home holders must spend at least 30 days a year in that state, their visas are valid across Malaysia, which means that you're free to reside in anywhere in the country. And if it's my choice, I would definitely pick the option of Sabah or Sarawak's program to the federal program by a long shot. I mean, it's just a lot better deal. Anthony Liu, president of the Embattled My Second Home Agents Association, that's seen many of its members go out of business since 2019, told FMT that many of the Sarawak's program's applicants are individuals who would have applied for the federal program were it not for the stricter terms. Now, he also encouraged Sarawak's authorities to expedite its applications. Processing times, which now routinely exceed now 6 months. If they get approved fast, they will still have the urge to come to Malaysia. After a wait of 6 to 8 months, they may already be looking at similar programs in another country. I'll tell you something, they really whacked this program out. I mean, but again, like I said, if you're going to go in this program, I would stick with the Sabah or Sarawak's program. It's a lot better deal. And then you can move, if you want to move it out and go to the federal side, you can do that, which is the main part of Malaysia. If you want to know more on this, folks, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And if you're interested in learning more on this, go to hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen. You'll get new videos here automatically as they come out. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.